Morning students. Dear students, welcome back to Max online class. Today we are going to study a new chapter, that is algebraic expression. The basics of algebraic expression you have studied in 6th class. In 6th class you have studied all the basic terms that is relating to algebraic expression. So dear students, today, now the beginning, I would like to revise that what I have studied in class 6th relating to algebraic expression. What do you mean by algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics which establishes a relation among known and unknown quantities by the use of mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So here we use known and unknown quantities. You know that some values which are unknown in mathematics, sometimes when we solve the questions, some values are unknown. This unknown value, and sometimes some values are known, means some numbers will be given. This unknown and known value, we make a relationship among them by using addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. This special branch of mathematics, that is called algebra. Example, in some situations may arise in life where some quantities are unknown, you know that. Suppose at your home you are going to ask your grandmother, when we are talking with your grandparents, sometimes you might have asked her, what is grandpa, what is your age? Or grandma, what is your age? Then they will not say it directly. They say that my age is 3 times more than that of your age, your mother's age. My age is 3 times more than that of your mother's age. So you don't know what is grandmother's age, you don't know what is your mother's age. So here some quantities are unknown. So these unknown quantities we use with other mathematical operations like addition, subtraction and multiplication or division, and then we find out, then we make generalizations or we find out the answers. So in daily life, in situations, there are some situations where we want to use this unknown value, and algebra deals with that unknown value. So when we study about algebra, we should know what is algebraic expression. First of all, the first thing of algebra or solving a question is that we have to make an expression using the given quantities. From that expression, then we find out the values or quantities. So what is algebraic expression? I told algebra means it is a special branch of mathematics which establishes the relationship among known and unknown quantities by the use of mathematical operations, numbers and variables. That is called the algebra. And what is algebraic expression? Actually, algebraic expression, that is a combination of variables and constant. Last year you studied what is variable and what is constant. Variable means unknown value which we use to represent by any letters or alphabet, that is called variables. And a constant means any known value, that means a particular number, that is its values are fixed, that is called constant. So constant and variable, we combine each other. It is a combination. Algebraic expression means it is a combination of variables and constants by the use of the 4 arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. That is called an algebraic expression. Example here, you can see that 4x minus 5. Here the constant 5 and 4 numbers, their values are fixed, they are called constant, and variable, unknown value we represent using any letters or alphabet, and mathematical operation, here subtraction is used, and here 4x means 4 into x, multiplication is used. So a combination of all these, that is called the algebraic expression. Here 2x plus 4y plus 3. These are examples of an algebraic expression. Then I have told that it is a combination of a constant and variable. Then what is variable? Variable means unknown value which we use to represent by letters or alphabet. This is called a variable. Its values are not fixed. It may change according to the situation. That is why it is called a variable. And constant, that means a numerical value, that is called a constant numbers actually. That is 5 and 4. 4 is also, its values are fixed. So that is called a constant. Then there are many other terms that we are going to discuss, going to revise now. So I think you now understood what is algebraic expression, what is algebra, and why when we use algebra in mathematics and in our daily life, what are the situations, and what is algebraic expression. What is variable? Now we are going to study some terms relating to algebraic expression. First one, variable. I told that variable, it is also called a literal, variable or literal. It means letter, something related to letters. It's a quantity which can take various numerical values. That means its values are not fixed. The quantity that can take any numerical value, that is called a variable or literal. Example, in 7a square minus 2a plus 5. Here, this has 7 is already its value is fixed, 2 also value is fixed, 5 also value is fixed. But this a square means a, its value is variable. That means it depends upon the different situations. That means it is not fixed. Such quantities, literal quantities or alphabet, that is called a variable. And constant, the constant means a quantity which has a fixed numerical value. A quantity which has a fixed numerical value, that is called a constant. Example, in this question, it is 7a square minus 2a plus 5. 5, that value is fixed, so it is called a constant. And this is also 2 and 7. These are numerical value, its value is also fixed. So a numerical value, its values are fixed, that is called a constant. Now we are going to study about terms. The part of an expression that is separated by plus or minus symbol. A part of an expression that is separated by plus or minus symbol, that is called a term. So example, in 7a square plus 2a plus 5. In this expression, each of this expression is separated into different parts using plus, or sometimes it can be minus symbol. So here one part and here one part and here one part. So this each part is called the term of an expression. So term means a part of an expression that is separated by plus or minus symbol, that is called a term. And depending upon the number of terms, always you know that algebraic expressions are made up of different terms. Sometimes there can be only one term, sometimes two terms, sometimes three terms, sometimes more than three terms. And so on the basis of the number of terms in an expression is divided into monomial, binomial, trinomial and polynomial. Monomial means in that only one expression or one term will be there. Example, 3x. This is also an algebraic expression, but it has only one term. Such expressions are called monomial. And next, binomial. In binomial there can be two terms, 3x plus 5. Here two terms. So an expression having two terms, they are called binomial. And trinomial means expression having three terms, 3a square plus 4a minus 7. This is a trinomial, because here three terms are and polynomial. Generally, any term has two or more than, any expression has two or more than two terms, then generally that is called a polynomial. So these are the different categories of different types of polynomials on the basis of the number of terms in an expression. And now we are going to discuss what is like term. What do you mean by like term? The terms with the same variable part with the same power, same variable part with the same power, that they are called terms of an expression. Example, 3x square y, and another expression x square y, and another expression 7yx square. So these all are examples of a like term because their variable part are same. The numerical factor coefficient, that can be anything. Here 3 and here no numerical factor, it means it is 1. 1 is the numerical factor and here 7 is the numerical factor. But we don't consider the numerical factor of that expression. We see only the variable part. If the variable parts are same in different terms, then such terms are called like term. Here you can see x square y. Here also x square y. Here yx square. This also matters same only. X square power is same and variable also same. Their order is changed. That does not matter. Doesn't matter. So like term means the terms with the same variable part and having same power, they are called a like term. And then unlike term, just opposite of that. The terms having different variable part or with the different powers, they are called unlike terms. Example, 4xy, 3y or 5. These are different terms with the different variable parts. They are examples of unlike terms. So like terms and unlike terms, I think students, you understood. Like term means the terms which with the same variable part with the same power, and unlike terms is just opposite of that. Next we are going to study coefficient. What do you mean by coefficient? In a term, if you take one particular term 4xy, in a term, if a quantity, whether it is numerical quantity or variable, a quantity that is multiplied with another quantity, then the first quantity is called the coefficient of the remaining quantity, and the remaining quantity is called the coefficient of the first quantity. They are coefficient to each other. So in a term, the factor that is or the quantity that is multiplied with another quantity, that quantity is a coefficient of the other quantity. For example, in 4xy, this 4 is the coefficient of xy, and this if we consider only what is the coefficient of x, coefficient of x is after avoiding this x, we take only 4 and y. 4y is the coefficient of x, and 4 is the coefficient of xy. And if we take what's the coefficient of y? If we take a coefficient of y, then 4x is the coefficient of y. In this way, every factor, when we factorize a term, how do we factorize a term? 4 into x into y. And 4 we can factorize 2 into 2 into x into y. This is the factorization of this thing. We have factorized this thing. So this 2 or this 4 is the coefficient of xy, and if we take the coefficient of x, then 4y is the coefficient of x, and if we take y, then 4x is the coefficient of y. So coefficient means in the term, the quantity that is multiplied to another quantity, that is called a coefficient of that quantity. Then next, degree of an expression. What do you mean by degree of an expression? If you take an expression 7x square y cube plus 3x y square plus 1. This is an algebraic expression. 7x square y cube plus 3x square x y square. If the power is 2, then it is called, we read it as square, and if the power is 3, we read it as cube. Or we can say 7x power 2 y power 3 or 3x y power 2 plus 5. So in this expression, what's the degree of this expression? Degree means the highest power of a term in an expression that will be taken as the degree of an expression, of that expression. The highest power of the term of a term completely, not particular variable, of a term, that is called a degree of that expression. So here, what is the power x square in this thing? If we take a first term 2 plus 3, 5 is the degree, 5 is the power. And if you can take this way, here 2 and here no power means 1. That means 3 is the power. And here the power is 0. That means here the highest power of the term in this expression is 5. Therefore, this is called a 5-degree polynomial. 5-degree expression. The degree of this expression is 5. So, degree means, suppose if I take another term, another 4x plus 5. This is an expression. What's the degree of this algebraic expression? Here you can see that only one variable, therefore its power is 1. Therefore, it is called, the degree of this expression is 1. The highest power of a term in an expression will be taken as the degree of that expression. So, on the basis of degree of the expression also, it is expressions are divided into different categories. If the degree is 1, then it is called a linear polynomial or linear expression. And if the degree is 2, it is called a quadratic polynomial. And if the degree is 3, it is called a cubic polynomial. So, on the basis of degrees also, expressions are divided. So, these are the important terms that we want to know when you study about algebraic expression. What is variable, what is literal factor or variable, or what is constant, what are terms, what are like terms, and what are unlike terms, what is coefficient, and what is the degree of an expression. These points always you should. Exercise 6.1, first question, there is a pattern that is given. Observe the following pattern made of line segment. Here are some patterns. These patterns are made up of line segments, and then answer the following question. Pattern 1 we can see, and pattern 2, and pattern 3, pattern 4. I have drawn here the pattern. Then question, what is the number of line segments used to make one shape? You can see that's the first question. Question 1 or question A is, what is the number of line segments used to make for one pattern? We can say that 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first answer is 4 line segments that is needed for making one figure or one such a pattern. And next you can see that for 2 such figure, actually if 1 is 4, then 2 figures 8 should be needed. But look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and next 1, 2, 3. In the second figure, we have used only 3 sticks or 3 line segments. First figure 4 line segment, but in order to make second figure, we used only 3 line segment. And when we move to next 3 such figures, 3 patterns, 3 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, then here also 1, 2, 3. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Means for every segment other than first one, we need 3 sticks. But only in first one, we need 4. That means one more than the others. Rest, every pattern, every segment, we need only 3 line segments. And this is the thing that we understood from this pattern. And now you see the question B. What is the number of line segments used to make X such shape? If X shape we want to make, X means you can take any value, 2 segments or 5 segments or 10 such shapes. So X means the number of shapes. If we want to make one shape, 4 line segment is needed. So if you want to make a X segment, how many lines we need? For every segment, we need 3 line segment into number of pattern, number of shapes. Here X numbers. And in one first pattern, we need 1 more, means 4 needed. That means 1 more than the other shapes. Every shape we need 3 line segments. You can see that every shape we need 3 line segments. But first line segment, first figure, first shape, we need 1 more. So the generalization is that 3x plus 1. This is the number of sticks that is needed for making X shape. For one shape 4 and rest all the shape we need 3. Therefore this 3 is taken as a fixed value and X means it is the number of shapes and plus 1. This 1 we plus because in the first shape we need one line segment more than every other shapes. So the generalization, the formula is that 3x plus 1. So the second answer is for making X shape we want to use 3x plus 1. Then third question C. Find the number of line segment used to make a 9 such shape. If you want to make 9 such shape, how many line segments are needed? Here x means 9. Therefore 3 into x plus 1. 3 into 9 plus 1. 3 nines are 27 plus 1 is equal to 28. So here 28 line segments are needed for making 9 such a shape. And next, how many shapes will be formed using 100 line segments? If we want to use 100 line segments, how many shapes will be used or how many shapes are needed? So here number of line segments that is given 100 and 3x plus 1. This is the formula. 3x plus 1 is used to find out the number of line segment or number of things that is needed. That is number of line segment that is given 100. So 3x plus 1 is equal to 100. We need how many shapes? Shapes means x we need. So 3x is equal to 100 minus 1. 3x is equal to 99. Therefore x is equal to 99 divided by 3, that is equal to 33. So x is equal to 33. That means in order to use 100 line segment, we have to make a 33 such a shape. In 33 shapes, we want to use a 100 line segment. So this D answer is 33 shapes are needed for using 100 line segment. This is the answer of first question. Now we are going to solve the next question. What is the next question? Second question, classify the expression into monomial, binomial or a trinomial. Here you can see that question A. ABC minus AB minus B. What type of expression is this? Whether it is monomial, binomial or trinomial. Here you can see we are classifying the algebraic expression into different categories on the basis of number of times. Here 1 time, 2 times and 3 times. So it is a trinomial. First one is a trinomial. Next question B. Find A minus 3st. Here you can see 2 terms. So it is a binomial. Then another question D. Question D. That is negative 4m. Here you can see only 1 term. Therefore it is monomial. So according to the number of terms, we can classify this into different terms, so that you can do by yourselves. Classify according to the number of terms. Classify this expression as monomial, binomial, or trinomial. That remaining question you can do it by yourself. Then next question: identify the term containing x and give the coefficient. Identify Here, identify the term that containing x. In the following expression, which term has x and the right is the coefficient. Here you can see that x is with this expression 8x, and here the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is 8. So in this expression, the term containing x is positive 8x, and its coefficient, x coefficient is 8, because with x 8 is multiplied. So coefficient of x is 8 and coefficient of 8 is x. But here coefficient of x only asked, therefore we want to write the coefficient of x only. And you can see the next question in that. Uh, 17b square minus 12x. 17b square minus 12x. So here we can see that the coefficient of x is here the term containing x is a negative 12x. This term has a x with it. So coefficient of x is equal to negative 12. Negative 12 is the coefficient of x in this sentence. Dear students, I think that the remaining two questions that you can do by yourselves. So in the following expression, where is x and its coefficient you can write. One more I will solve for you. Question number C. That is 5xy plus 3z. In this expression, which term has x? 5xy. This term has x. And the coefficient of x is coefficient of x we want to write. So that we avoid this x and write the rest of the factors. That means 5y. 5y is the coefficient of x. So the remaining question you can. Students, question number 4. Identify the numerical coefficient of the terms. Identify the numerical coefficient of the term other than the constant in the following expression. Here in these expressions, we have to find out which is the numerical coefficient of the term, and we should not consider the constant. Constant means only numbers. So see here the first expression 2 minus negative 3x square. Here constant we do not consider, and other term, the term is negative 3x square. So here in this term, what is the numerical coefficient? Numerical coefficient means the number that is multiplied with a variable. Number that is multiplied with a variable, that is called a numerical coefficient. So here variable is x square and number is negative 3. So numerical coefficient is equal to negative 3. And here you can see that two terms are there. Negative AB, a square b, and 7b. These are the two terms. This constant is not there in this expression. Two terms are there. A square, negative a square minus b, and 7pq. Dear students, here in the first term, the numerical coefficient is here no numbers, but if no numbers, the numerical coefficient is 1. So first is negative 1, and second the numerical coefficient is 7, because 7 is multiplied with pq. Next here only one term, that the numerical coefficient. The term is, you know, that 3.14 t square. That's the term. Only one term, and the numerical coefficient here is 3.14. So numerical coefficient means the number that is multiplied with a variable in a term. That is called a numerical coefficient. So here we want to write numerical coefficient. The remaining questions you have to do yourself as homework. And next we are going to start. State whether the given paired terms is like or unlike term. What do you mean by like term and unlike term? I told that if the variable part are same with the same powers in two terms, then that terms are called a like term. Look at here both this variable part, nothing is there, they are constant, so they are also like term. And here negative 7x and negative 2 upon 11x. Both variable parts are same x, so they are also like term. These terms are like terms. And here one term negative 19x and negative 19y. Here numerical coefficient is same, but we do not consider numerical coefficient while deciding like terms. We take only variable. Variable parts are different, therefore they are unlike terms. Unlike them. So in this way, looking the variable part, you can decide whether that numbers are like terms, whether that terms are like terms or unlike terms. And when we decide that, you have to see its power also. The powers also should be same, and the literal factor also should be same. Then only that terms will become like a term. So remaining questions you can do yourself. Question number 6. List the factors of each term of the expression given below. We have to write the factors of each term in the expression given here. First expression is 3xyz. 3xyz. So how to factorize that? These factors are 3 into x into y into z. These are the factors. So we can write factors are 3, x, y, z. These are the factors of this expression. And here you can see that the term is negative y square. That we can write negative 1 into y into y. So here the factors are so when we here one more is b. So here one more factor, that is b. So here yes, here factors are negative 1, y and b. These are the factors. So remaining one question that you can do yourself. Next, express the following as the power of variable. Express the following as the power of the variable. Here you can see that negative 4 into negative 4 into negative 4 into p into p into p, p into p into q. Here powers, we have to express powers of the variable. How we decide the powers? How many times the numbers or variable is multiplied to itself, that will become the power. So this 4 we can again factorize. 4 means it is equal to 2 into 2. So 4 means it is 2 into 2. Here 3 4s are there. Therefore, this here negative number, negative is common. So we write outside. 4 we can write 2 into 2. Then here also 2 into 2. And here also 2 into 2. Then here p into p into q. So here we write negative into 2 how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 2 power 6. Then into p power 2 into q. This is the we have expressed this number in the form of power of a variable. So in this way, by counting how many times each term is repeating, accordingly we can change that into power form. Next question C. 1 upon 3 into 1 upon 3 into 1 upon 2 into L into L into L into M into M into M. Here 1 upon 3, that is repeated 2 times, therefore 2 power 1 upon 2, that's 1 time only, into L power 3 into M power 4. This is the this is how we express this with the power of the variable. Next question, find the degree of the following algebraic expression. I told that degree means it is the highest power of the term in that expression. Highest power. So we check each term. Here only one term and its power is, you know that here x power is 4 and here y power is 0. So here total the degree is equal to 4. It is a 4 degree polynomial. Expression. So here 3x plus 5y square minus 3y square. Here you can see the variable here the power is 1 in this term, and in this term the power is 2, and here in this term also power is 2. So the highest power of the term is 2, therefore degree is 2. And in this expression 2x power 5 y power 4 plus x power 5 y power 7 minus x power 4 y. Here you can see that in the first term the power is 5 plus 4, total 9, and second term 5 plus 7 means 12, and third term 4 plus y power is not given, it means 1, 4 plus 1 5. So 9, 12 and 5, these are the different power of that term in that expression, and among this the highest one is 12, therefore the degree also 12. So in this way you decide the degree of the remaining questions. So students, now we have completed our first exercise. So student, once again you revise the main point that we have discussed today. First we have discussed what is algebra and what's the use of that, where we use it in daily life, and also what is algebraic expression, then what is variable and what is constant, then what is a term and what is literal factor or numeral factor, and then what are like term and what are unlike term, then how to decide what is coefficient of each factor in a term, and then what are the different types of expression, algebraic expression on the basis of terms, and how to decide the degree of the polynomial. These are the main content that we have discussed today, and students, I think that you understood what we have learned today. So the exercise question, some question we have solved, some question not solved, that are homeworks for you. If any doubt, you can clear your doubts in Google Meet. Okay, so thank you everybody. Have a nice day to everyone.